Well, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this. This is Dee with INFP Insights. I promised you I would take you to the lake. I made it. And this is our lake. About a couple of miles where I live. It's our water supply. It's 12,000 acres. And this is just part of it. There's a dam out here. I'm on the dam. And today I want to talk to you a little bit, because I'm out in nature here, about my near-death experience that I had back a few decades ago. And I just wanted to tell it. I don't know. I just want to tell it. And you can make your own assumptions and whatnot from it. But I was about 40, right after I got out of grad school, so I was a little bit over 40, 41, 42, in that range. And I was agnostic. I don't believe in all that kind of stuff. But something happened. It was medical. Something happened that it was emergency. I won't go into that part, but yeah. Before I got to, fortunately, I did work at the health department where there was a doctor and nurses. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here right now. I didn't have a pulse. Either I didn't have a pulse or my heart was beating too fast to get a pulse. But my blood pressure was so unstable I couldn't even sit up. So there you have it. But I got fixed. I'm back. But what happened during that time, and it was only just a few minutes, and that has changed the way I see things a lot. But before, I was very controlling with myself. I don't think too much with other people, but with my situations. I think a lot of you who are really younger can appreciate this, that you do like to have your situations controlled. Even though we as INFPs are laid back, we don't like a lot of chaos externally, because there's enough going on chaotic internally. So yeah. So what happened, I'll walk a little bit as we go. So what happened during that time is, first thing that happened, the doctor put me on the floor, ripped my shirt open, getting ready to give me oxygen, whatever. That's all I remember. Then I was out, and I knew I was going to die. I knew it. It's something that you know when you're going to die. It's not a bad thing. I'm not scared of it anymore. But I heard a voice. It was a male voice. It was a man's voice. And it was a dark, kind of a low man's voice, and very, very comforting, but very methodical, that said, "You're in big trouble now, Dee." And I thought, that's right after I heard that, that's when I knew I was going to die. And there was a major trauma center hospital right next door. And I thought to myself really quick, and all this happened just within a matter of minutes. I thought really quick, how odd that I'm going to die right next door to a major hospital. But what happened after that was I felt the biggest peace I had ever felt in my whole life. I started going down a tunnel. Everything got really dark. Started spinning in another dimension. I can't describe the dimension. It's nothing that you will ever know in this world, whether you go spiritually up into other dimensions, fourth, fifth, whatever dimension. This is not any of those dimensions. I've only been as high as the fifth dimension, I think, but since then. But yeah, and I heard this sound in my head that was not of this world either, and the sound was kind of like bells ringing, like hand bells. kind of like the handbells ringing. But it wasn't that. It was a sound that I've never heard before. Now, scientifically, and the naysayers can say all they want to, that's just your brain dying and what the neurons or whatever, I don't know science, popping off. Neurologically, it's just popping off. Look at this view. And that's the process of dying. It has nothing to do with anything but physicality. Okay, well, believe what you want to believe. That may be, who knows. Nothing's wrong with my brain when I came back. But that happened, and like I said, it happened in a matter of minutes. And I was, where I was, I hear a lot of people say, there are a lot of people who have had my experience of going down a tunnel. It's black, dark, going down a tunnel, spinning. And it wasn't a bad spin, it was more like flipping front to back, flipping over and over like you're turning flips. But then again, there are other people who say they see they're over their body and they see their body below them. I was kind of the opposite. I felt myself come back into my body from below. Tried to tell that to my daughters, and they were just like, oh, you're going to hell. I'm like, well, gee, thanks for the confidence. It's not something I really talk about. I know it happened. I know what it is. I am not afraid of death. Death is a part of living. It's a part of life. Even those who are Carl Jung fans, he talks about death as being a part of life. Most everybody does. In psychology, as well as philosophy and other things. It's just a part of who we are. But what happened was I came back. When I came back with a more of a purpose to help people. More of a purpose. Nothing was told to me. I didn't want to come back, to tell you the truth. Looking forward to going back. I don't want to go back anytime soon, but when I go, I go. I know everything will be okay. But when I came back seemingly with a purpose to help other people. That's when I started to really get into bringing out, letting go of control of my external world, letting go of control, having more motivation to helping other people and not caring what other people think, and that sort of thing. So that was a big midlife crisis for me. I was, like I said, I think 41 or 42, early 40s. And it's been that kind of a journey ever since. I appreciate things more. The older I get, like the last couple of years, being in my 70s, I even appreciate waking up every day. I'm grateful. Gratitude goes a long way. If you tend to be INFP turbulent type, you tend to be depressed, you tend to be hopeless, find something every day to be grateful for. If you woke up, that's something to be grateful for. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people did not have that honor to be able to do that. So no matter what your situation is, it's like they say, there's a cup half full or the cup half empty. I'm the kind of person now where I feel like the cup's refillable. Go ahead and use it. Use your energy. It's okay. You don't have to store your energy. You don't have to sit around saying it takes too much. I know what that's like. I have to reserve my energy. I've been left post-COVID with chronic fatigue syndrome, so I know all about having to reserve my energy. But you go ahead and use it however you want to. Enjoy yourself. Find something that's enjoyable and then replenish it. Even if it means you have to stay in bed for a day or two afterwards. I've had to do that too. So I'm probably getting along. If you have any questions about that, if you have any disagreements about it and what I've said, post it in the comments, or you can just send me an email. I don't care if you send me an email about it. We'll discuss it. Something for discussion later if you want to. At olderinfp@gmail. Because I had someone, I took a job and I had someone working under me who was just gotten out of college, and she asked me a very good question that I really couldn't answer. And she said, how do I reconcile having a near-death experience when I'm an agnostic? And I don't know, other than I know what I experienced, and now I believe what I experienced. I have evolved everything into, I'm not religious at all. I don't believe in heaven or hell. I think hell is probably on earth, or it's what we make of it. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas about what happens afterwards, but I don't want to get into that here. We can get into that later if you'd like to, but I think it kind of behooves an INFP. What does this have to do with INFP life? Well, it's because we tend to be depressed a lot. We tend to be hopeless. We tend to, be cynical a lot, to be honest. Want to be scientific. I had one person ask me not long ago, like I just said, the universe will take care of it. I just call it the universe. The universe will provide. And they say, well, show me, where's the proof? I have to have scientific proof. And I said, well, you don't sound like an INFP then. Quite frankly, because we do look at all possibilities. Those that are evolved, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody than whatnot, but I feel like I am more evolved, and some of us are than others. I mean, that's always going to be the case. And I think a lot of you who do watch this channel are younger, a lot younger. And like I said in one of my other videos, Carl Jung said that up until age 40, everything you do is just research, and you start living your life after age 40. Life really begins after age 40. And I totally believe that. So anyway, like if you do, like unlike, let's get a conversation going. Just wanted to put that out there while I'm at the lake. I promised you a lake, and you got the lake, and this is what I wanted to talk about when I went there. It's a beautiful day. I am very blessed to live where I live. Believe it or not, I live in a major city. Doesn't feel like it out here. So anyway, till next time, stay safe.